the pit. Believe me, the last thing you want to get a glimpse of is the pit. Now, what is the pit? I had no idea what the pit was. But since I've noticed it's referred to by priests doing exorcisms of whatnot, sending the demons back to where they came from, back to the pit, they say. Where does that come from? I had no idea. Didn't really want to know. But, so, here's the setting. I'm in Santa Cruz. It's just a couple months after the Hot Springs, Arkansas experience. And while I was there, I met this spiritual advisor guy who went by the name of Sathji. And so he had a bunch of audio tapes and whatnot for guided meditations, and so I was kind of in a program with him where I was doing these guided meditations and writing notes of my experiences and sending those to him, and he would basically, send me lessons and stuff to do as a result of, or modify the lesson plan according to, what I was experiencing. So, I'd been doing I'd just taken up yoga practice or whatever, and meditation on any sort of level whatsoever, really. And so, I'd been doing the normal between the eyes, or gazing at the nose, or the tip of the tongue, or whatever, and none of that was really doing it for me. And of course, this stuff takes years and years, decades of practice in most cases. But beginners aren't impatient. So anyway, I told him about how this just wasn't doing it for me. So he made the suggestion, well, okay, why don't you try moving it down a chakra and going for the throat, so meditate on the throat chakra tomorrow, he told me. So here it is now. It's tomorrow. I'm sitting down in the middle of the floor doing my little meditation thing, following everything, and I was okay. I'm meditating on the throat, and I don't think it took that long. It was maybe just a couple minutes, and I'm focused on the throat, and all of a sudden, how do I describe it? The pit. I glimpse the pit. I'm falling in the pit. It's black, it's big, it's bad. Everything you ever knew, heard of, thought of, conceived that was bad, it all comes from this pit. That was my experience of the pit. Here I am, and here's this, all of a sudden everything around me is gone, and it's just this black pit that I'm falling in, which is it's the opposite of light. It's everything dark and ignorant and evil and bad and all that sort of stuff, all wrapped into wonderful, seamless experience of the pit. So for $7.95 too, you can get a ticket to the pit and experience it yourself. Kidding aside, so when this, I'm in a, like, you know, a seated like lotus position or something on the floor, cross-legged, and this literally knocked me over sideways effectively. I know it felt almost as somebody pushed me over, but I fell over and curled up into a ball and was just sobbing. Yeah, it only lasted, I don't know, seemed a really long time. It was probably only 10-15 seconds. But still, like, I was shaking and crying for the next, I don't know, 5 or 10 minutes afterwards. Out of the blue, like a bomb, boom, had no concept such a thing existed, could be experienced, would be experienced, had no explanation or framework for how to understand the pit. But it was a glimpse. Gosh, do I even now really understand what the heck it was? Not really. Why did I have this vision? Because I didn't take it then and still don't take it now as a sign that I was on a path leading me to hell or darkness or anything like that, because quite the opposite is where my intention and activities are focused. So maybe I just needed to get to see that, I guess, as part of the complete knowledge of you know, the various sides of the duality of reality, what we passes for it. Yeah. Years later, I came, and it's at the end of the Srimad Bhagavatam. There's a story about the Rishi Markandeya, and Markandeya gets given the boon that he's more or less immortal. When the universe ends and dissolves and comes back again, he gets to witness the whole process. And what gets described there is significantly similar to, in many ways, what I experienced in my glimpse of the pit. You know, I think that energy of destruction that destroys the world and turns everything into nothing is pretty scary. We like this creation and maintenance stuff, but the complete destruction and annihilation stuff puts a little fear of us into us, and it's kind of what I feel like I got a glimpse of.